have to get back to our creation stories and our oral histories so that our children can be strong and confident in their identity as a people.
We're going to rise as a better and stronger people, right? And that's our commitment. That's our commitment, our conviction to our young people. We're at this moment in time that we can't fail them any longer.
Did you have constitutions before? I think so. Every Indigenous community I've worked with, whether it's in North America or Australia or in Aotearoa, New Zealand, people talk about we had laws. We knew who had the right to make decisions about what. We knew how we took care of each other. We knew how we resolved the conflicts within our communities. It may not have been written down. It was in our heads. It was in our hearts. It's in what we learned from our parents, from medicine people, from spirit beings, from the experience of struggle.
So the songs and the drumming and the dancing, our history of the songs, it's a very strong method of finding out who you are.
Anytime we met, that it didn't matter who were a part of these discussions, we all arrived at the same thing. We need to get back to the land and we need to learn our language.
When we think in our own language, even those of us who aren't fluent, we start to change our thinking.
Language, it didn't matter if you're talking to our knowledge keepers and our language keepers or our young people. That had to be the center and had to be our foundation.
It is important for us to work with our own sources of law in order to make our laws legitimate. But it doesn't mean that we have to go back to some pre-contact state. We live in the 21st century world, and that's going to necessitate us, and also working with other governments. We're around other people all the time. And so it's about sort of weaving what is important, what is valuable from our traditions, what makes sense to us in order to make our laws meaningful so that our people will follow them and want to follow them.
What we're working toward is to go back to how that leadership style was. How did we communicate even? How did we take care of our children?
Yeah, educating our membership, our youth is very important for us as well.
And I'm so happy to see our young generation there when they're taking the language and they're so proud of speaking it. And so that's really such a joy.
We feel that it's necessary to engage our youth on governance by contributing to community efforts to find our distinct voice and place as Mi'kmaq peoples today. We plan to do this by feeding or nurturing our learning and discussions among Listigishwa youth around what it means to be Mi'kmaq in terms of our rights and obligations to each other in the territory.
Our youth had to be connected because they have to be connected with our knowledge keepers and our elders. And there has to be that transfer of that knowledge, those transfer of laws, those transfer of roles, responsibilities. That knowledge transfer has to be connected.
If you feel defeated, if you feel overwhelmed, if you feel that you want to give up, if you feel that you're unable to rise up in the morning and do the work that the Spirit is asking you to do, is to look into the eyes of your children. Look into the eyes of your children. For they are our hope and they are our future.